തൈത്തിരീയ ഉപനിഷത്തിലെ ബ്രഹ്മവല്ലിയെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള പ്രഭാഷണം ആരംഭിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മൾ പഞ്ചകോശ വിവരണം കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം കണ്ടു. ആത്മാവിനെ 5 കോശങ്ങൾ മൂടിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ശരീരം, ഏറ്റവും പുറത്തുള്ള ഫിസിക്കൽ ബോഡി അന്നമയ കോശം, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് അതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിലായിട്ട് പ്രാണമയ കോശം, അതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിലായിട്ട് മനോമയ കോശം, മനോമയ കോശത്തിന് ഉള്ളിലായിട്ട് വിജ്ഞാനമയ കോശം, ബുദ്ധിയാകുന്ന വിജ്ഞാനമയ കോശം, ആ വിജ്ഞാനമയ കോശത്തിന് ഉള്ളിലായിട്ട് ആനന്ദമയ കോശം, ആനന്ദമയ കോശത്തിന് ഉള്ളിലായിട്ട് ആത്മാവ്. ഈ കോശങ്ങളുമായിട്ടൊരു ബന്ധവുമില്ലാതിരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കോശ വിവേകം വഴി ആത്മാവിനെ തിരിച്ചറിയാമെന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ പഞ്ചകോശ വിവേകം വളരെ പ്രാധാന്യമാത്തോടെ ബ്രഹ്മജ്ഞാനികൾ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസങ്ങളിൽ നമ്മൾ അന്നമയ കോശത്തെയും പ്രാണമയ കോശത്തെയും മനോമയ കോശത്തെയും ചിന്തിക്കുകയും അത് ആത്മാവിൽ നിന്ന് ഭിന്നമാണെന്നും അത് ആത്മാവിനെ വാളിന് ഉറ പോലെ കവർ ചെയ്യുകയും ഭിന്നമായിട്ടിരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുകയാണെന്ന് കണ്ടു. ഒന്നിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ഒന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ, ഒരു ലെയറിനകത്ത് വേറൊരു ലെയർ. നമ്മളൊരു പ്രസൻറ്റേഷൻ ബോക്സ് ആദ്യം ഒന്ന് പൊതിഞ്ഞു, പിന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ പുറത്തൊരു നല്ല കവർ കൊണ്ട് പൊതിഞ്ഞു, പിന്നെ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ മനോഹരമായ ഒരു കവർ കൊണ്ട് പൊതിഞ്ഞു. അതുപോലെ ഏറ്റവും പുറത്തുള്ള കവറിങ്ങാണ് ഈ കാണുന്ന അന്നമയ കോശം. അപ്പോൾ 3 കോശങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടു. അന്നമയ കോശം, പ്രാണമയ കോശം, മനോമയ കോശം. ഈ 3 കോശങ്ങളെ കണ്ടു. ഇനി തുടർന്നുള്ള 2 കോശങ്ങൾ, വിജ്ഞാനമയ കോശം, ബുദ്ധി, അതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള ആനന്ദമയ കോശം. അപ്പോൾ ഇവ എന്താണ്, ഇവയുടെ സ്വഭാവം എന്താണെന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കുന്നത് വഴി ആത്മാവിനെ ഈ കോശങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് വിവേചിച്ചറിയാനായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് കഴിയും. സോ ഐ ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ശർവാനന്ദ സ്വാമിജി to continue his talk.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahe Tejashvinaya Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Puranana Malayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Adarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Bande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Narayanaya. So in continuation with our last lecture, Taittiriya Upanishad, we have completed up to the 3rd Anubhag. Now I have to start with the 4th and the 5th Anubhag is now under my consideration. So the previous part was Manomaya Kosh. The Manomaya Kosh is a combination of the Pancha Gyanendriya and mind and Chitta. This is the coming under the function of the Manomaya kosh. And Vijnanamaya kosh is Buddhi and Ahankar along with the Panchagyanendriya. So first is Annamaya kosh. This Annamaya kosh is filled with the Pranamaya kosha. One nice example has given by Bhagavan Bhashyakara. Druta Tamra Pratimavat. Musha Nishikta Druta Tamra Pratimavat. How it is taking the form when you pour the melted material into a mold. The melted material take the form of that mold. So this gross body is the mold, and in this you are pouring that pranamaya kosha. It has taken the form of this body. That's why head, dakshina paksha, uttara paksha, ayamatma, idam pucham pratishtha. That is the stabilizing factor. So pratishtha. So in this way, all the sheets are described here. So previous sheet was manomaya kosha. I think you have marked it that the Manomaya kosh, the abhayav, the parts of the Manomaya kosh are the Vedas. Yadureva Shira, Rik, Dakshina Paksha, Sama, Uttara Paksha, Adesha Atma, Atharva Angirasa Pucha Pratishtha. So, when your mind is completely engrossed in the that writer's deed, or what are the injunctory duties, what are the obligatory duties has been prescribed by the scripture for a man, then what happens to him? His mind is continuously rotating or moving in that thoughts only. As a result of that, what happened to him, that has described here. Each and every, I told you, it's begun this way. First is Brahman, and to reinforce that Brahman bhag, one verse is coming. So here, last month, in the mantra it has told, Tadapesha sloko bhavati. In order to reinforce emphasize the explanation of the Manomaya kosha, one verse is coming now in the fourth anubhaka. Jato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidnan na bibheti kadachana tasya esha eva sharira atma japurvassa tasmad va etasmad manomayat Anno antara atma vijnanamaya tena esha purnaha sava esha purusha vidha eva tasya purusha vidhatam अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणः पक्षः सत्यम् उत्तरः पक्षः योगो आत्मा महापुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति इति चतुर्थानुवाकम्. So, describing the condition of the mind, when your mind is engrossed in the rites and rituals or in the spiritual thought or in the thought of the God, no, what happens? But you enjoy the happiness in yourself, but you cannot describe it. Jato vachu nivartante aprapya manasasa. From where the speech, organ of the speech, comes back without getting him, without touching him, along with the mind. Mind also cannot touch him, and though because the bliss is internal and it is in the self only, and mind tries to go there, but it cannot become its object. But he feels the happiness there. One small story is there in Ramcharitmanas. Ramcharitmanas, when Ramchandra reached that Janakpur, then in the early morning he was roaming on the garden, and it was Sita Mata's habit that she also used to go to the Parvati temple daily in the morning. Then when she saw Ramchandra, and when she returned to her female friends, they were asking that, oh friend, just tell me what you see there, what you have seen there, describe something. Then she is replying, Sita Mata is replying, Nayana vinavani, Bani Nayana vinavani. The sea I have seen by my eyes, but I cannot speak. And I have to speak by my speech, but speech cannot see. So how can I describe? Yato vacho nivartante aprapyo manasasa. In Ramcharitmanas also it is same told like this, in this manner only. I can see, but it cannot speak. And speech, it can speak, but it cannot see. Here also, the bliss, when your mind is engrossed in the spiritual thoughts or in the thought of the God, then you will feel happiness. But if somebody asks you what happiness you are getting there, you will not be able to describe that thing. You will not be able to describe. Jato vacho nipa. But you can feel that happiness. As much your mind will be engrossed in the spiritual thoughts or the thought of the God or in the meditation, that much happiness you can feel. That's why it's telling Anandam Brahmano Vidyan, by knowing the happiness of that Brahma, na bibheti kadachana. He never become afraid any time. Kadachana means it's with respect to time. Next it will come kutasyana. The kadachana means never he will feel unhappy. Because since his mind is filled with the thoughts of the God or the thoughts of the Brahma or of the spiritual thoughts, no, therefore he will never become unhappy. That's why, na bibheti, he will never be afraid that I am going to, why I am afraid? Suppose I got a new watch, now I am unhappy. But immediately one thought will come, if I lose this will become, I will become unhappy. If I lost it something. But now you can understand that happiness is not the external thing, it's in me only. So that afraid, that fearness will go from, the happiness. I am always happy. Because sometimes I can understand, if I pay the attention to that, then I can understand that happiness in myself. If not, so the effect of the Manomaya course is very vital here. To describe the happiness of the mind, that this happiness is nothing but the happiness of the Brahma only. Anandam Brahmano Vidyan na bibheti kadachana. The sadhaka, when he reaches up to he loses identification with the gross body, he loses identification with the pranamaya kosha. Now he is identifying or he is thinking about the mind. That is, means all the scriptures, mind, Rig, Ved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharva, Giras, like on what has been prescribed by the scripture for me, and his mind is engrossed in that thoughts only. So as a result of that, he will always be happy. He will never be afraid of na bibheti kadachana, of anything that I am going to lose my happiness, that he will not never feel. Tasya esha eva sharira atma. Of that manomaya kosha, sharire bhava sharira. Of that manomaya kosha has become the body now, and in that manomaya kosha there is a one self. The self means due to which that manomaya kosha can function. Now see, here the manomaya kosha is the self of the pranamaya kosha. We are thinking the mind can function due to prana. But scripture is telling that prana can function due to mind. When the mind is manomaya kosha is the atma and prana is the body. The question has come in Prashna Upanishad. Why prana is coming? Mano sankalpena ayati asmin sharire. The reply has given by Pippala Rishi. Mano sankalpena ayati asmin. Okay, apparently it says that when the prana is functioning, then only mind can function. But for whose sankalpa prana is functioning? Mano sankalpena ayati asmin sharire. Because in the previous birth, as mind determined, accordingly we got the body, and God decided how long it will function, and according to the function of the sankalpa of the mind, the prana is functioning. So it is told, tasya esha eva sharira. Tasya means of that pranamaya kosha. This is the shari, manomaya kosha is the atma. Ja purvasya, matlab ja purvasya pranamaya kosha. Of that pranamaya shit, that manomaya shit is the atma. Tasmatma etas manomaya. Now, the annamaya kosha, the atma is pranamaya kosha. We can see its gross. Then pranamaya kosha has become the body, the manomaya kosha is the self. Now manomaya kosha has become the body, the Vijnanmaya kosha, Vijnanmaya shit is the self. So that's coming now. So tasmadva etasmat manomayat. From that manomaya kosha, anno antara atma. One different atma is there, means for the functioning of the mind. Man means sankalpa vikalpatmaka mano. What should I do it or not? Or what is this? What is that? Like this one, this type of function is going on. That is the function of the mind, and with the help of the chitta. But what's the function of the nishchayatmika buddhi? When you are determining, yes, I have to do it, and with that I, that limited ego, that with that chidabhas, when you are deciding it, that is Vijnanmaya kosha. You are functioning on Vijnanmaya kosha. So, anno antara atma, from the manomaya kosha, there is one inner self, that is Vijnanmaya atma. Tena esha purna. With that Vijnanmaya, the manomaya is filled. that I told you, the next time Bhagavan Bhasakar given here, Musha Nishikta Dut of Tamra Pratimavat, when the liquid material is poured into a mold, the mold is filled with that liquid material. Similarly here, the monomycose has become a mold now, and the liquid material is Vigyan mycose. So the liquid material Vigyan mycose will take the form of the monomycosa. It will, with that monomycose, it will function. Tena esha purna. Saba esha purusha vidha eva. This, the form of the Vigyan mycose is also like that monomycose, as the human body. That means head, right side, left side, body, and the leg. Stabilizing factor, that is pucha pratishtha. Now, tasya purusha vidhatam annaya purusha vidha. According to the kosh of the mental sheath, annaya purusha vidha, the Vigyan mycose also taking the form of like that only. So first what will come? Shira, then head. Of the main part of the body is the head, means regulating the everything. Tasya Shraddha eva Shira. The Vigyan, for the Vigyan mycosa, Shraddha is the functioning, main functioning point. Wherever you have read so many things, and after reading the so many things, that you have understood that this much thing has injuncted by the scripture for me to be done. So, but if you don't have the faith on scripture, if you don't have the reliance on the Guru's teaching, then you will not be able to implement that thing. So first you need Shraddha. Shraddha is such a type of mental vritti, it's manovritti, which help us to do anything properly. If we don't have Shraddha, then we will not be able to do with a commitment or dedication to that thing. So to do this, to reach the, why this 5 sheets has come? To take us up to the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahmavid apnoti param. Means if you know that supreme thing, then you will reach the highest. To take us up to that much point, then what scripture is telling? Now you need, when you cross the monomycose, now Vigyan, you have to make the firm decision. But to make the firm decision, you need faith first. You need, if you don't have faith, then you will not be able to take decision. You will not be able to take decisions. So, if you want to do anything, first what you will have to do, you must have faith that thing, on that thing. So many things are there. Okay, I'll have to do this. Why should I do this? You will analyze in yourself. And then after that, no, I am from this varna, I am from this ashram, this is my body, I am this material. For me, this has been injuncted by the scripture for me. So, let me do this thing. In that way only, but what we need, that we must have faith on the scripture. We must have faith on the Guru Vakya. If you don't take the help of the scripture, then what your Guru is telling, you just implement those things in the life. And you must have faith on the God as well as on the self also, because I will be able to do it. If you don't have that faith, you will not be able to complete that function. So you must have this. Uddharet atmana atmanam na atmanam avasadayat, that it has told by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So tasya Shraddha eva shirha. First you need Shraddha. It's the function start. This Vigyan mycose. Ritam Dakshina Paksha. For Ritam, Bhagavan Bhasyakar's definition, give the definition in the very first part. Ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami ritam jatha shastram jatha kartavyam buddho suparinishchitam artham. Means jatha, as the scriptures told, and among all the duties which I can perform, jatha kartavyam buddho, in your intellect, in your mind, superstition, yes, I must have to do it. That is the rhythm. And when you are performing that thing, then it is satyam. Then the dharma tends to truth. And then you are going to get the result. Ritam jatha shastram jatha kartavyam buddho suparnishchitam artham. Tadapi tadadhinattam. That too also under the influence of the Brahma. That's why he ritam vadishyami. And satyam iti bak kayabhyam sampaddamanam. Then after deciding I have to do it, then we are performing that duty. We need the help of this Karjakaran Sangha. That's a body mind complex and in sense organ complex. With this we are performing the duty. So that's that. Then that rhythm has turned to the satyam. Rhythm is the essence of the truth, and satya means the thing which you have understand when you are performing that thing. That is satyam. So Ritam and Satyam, these two words has come previously in the beginning itself. That's why Bhagavan Bhashyakar is writing Ritam Satyam Purvam Vyakhatam Rite Satya Yatha Vyakhyata. As I means wrote in the previous, in the beginning, the meaning here is also same. So Ritam Dakshina Paksha means first you have the Shraddha on your mind, on the Veda or Guru Vakko. So I have to perform this thing, this has come to your mind, this right side. And now this left side is, now you are performing that, this Satyam. Uttara Paksha, Yoga Atma. Here, yoga means samadhan. To perform your duties, there are so many iti kartavyata, one after another. I have to this first, then this second step, this third step, this fourth step. With a concentrated mind, you have to perform your duty. Yoga Atma. Yoga means concentration of your mind. And what you have to perform, how to perform. Then that's why our Sureshwaracharya in Bhartik, he has told, no need of Nishkam Karma. If you can do the Sakam Karma also, then also your mind will be purified. Because in Sakam Karma, there will be restriction that you must have to do the Iti Kartavyata, in which manner it has described in the scripture. You must have to totally follow that thing. If you do any mistake, you are not going to get the result. So you will be much more alert in that thing. That if I have to get the result, I must have to perform all the duties in as it has narrated in the scripture, step by step. So that is termed here as the Yoga Atma, means you need mental concentration. Even it is in meditation or to performing of the anything, we need mental concentration and samadhan. That means, suppose I have heard this thing, after Shravan, we need manan. So somewhere Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling this, and somewhere is telling like this. Somewhere, no. What Bhagavan Sri Krishna, sir, first he is telling that Traigunna Vishaya Veda Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. So he is telling Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna and telling Juddhasya Bharata. If you have to fight, then you must have to come up to the Rajaguna. And that should be reinforced by Tamoguna, or it may be Satyaguna. Or you are telling Nistraigunna Bhavarjuna. It's total contradictory statement. But you have to solve it. Why? Because I cannot reach the terrace in one jump. Step by step you have to come up. Like this, so Bhagavan Sri Krishna, if you want to reach this goal, you have to come up step by step. The samadhanam means whatever the contradictory statement appears to us, that scripture is telling sometime this, sometime that, how to solve that thing in yourself. That is that one type of manana. So yoga samadhanam, manana. So first listen, and while performing the here, no, this is Gyan part. Brahmananda Valli is not concerning of the upasana of the karma. It's Gyan. It's your pure analysis only. So here manana will factor. Then yoga samadhana means after listening the Shravan from here and there, with Shraddha, and then yes, this is to be performed. I have to solve this problem. Then it says termed as Atma. That is the main factor. Atma is connecting what? Head, hands and the legs. So Atma, that samadhana means Ritam Dakshina Paksha, Ayam Uttara Paksha, then last is coming Mahapucham Pratishtha. Maha means it is Samashti Buddhi. This is Vyashti. Vyashti means the single one. And Samashti means the total intellect. So the Vyashti Buddhi, the Asray, the means retention of the Vyashti Buddhi is on the Samashti Buddhi. Just see, in generally we are seeing the building and constructed, joining one after another wooden pieces, we have this big construction system. If to construct any building, you're joining one after another bricks. But in Vedanta, it's telling you are full, you are complete in one, but due to Maya only, you are seeing it, that is different parts are there. That's reverse. You are always Purnasya Purnamadaya. You have to consider that thing. I am always Purna in myself. So, from Vyashti Buddhi, you have to go to Samashti Buddhi. Mahapucham Pratishtha means Samashti Buddhi is the asray of the Vyashti Buddhi. It is difficult. In Kathopanishad also it has told, Indriyebhya parai artha arthibhasya paramana Indriyani parani ahur Indriyebhya paramana manasastu parabuddhi buddhir atma mahan para mahato param abhyaktam abhyaktat purusha para purushatma param kinchit sakashta sa paragati. So first you resolve your indriya, means you will lose your identification from the gross body, then pranamaya goes, then manomaya goes with all indriyas. Now you have come to your buddhi. Now you have to means transfer this limited buddhi to the total buddhi, total intellect. How can you do it? How can you do it? Achha, what you are doing with your intellect? What you are doing with your intellect? Thinking for the future and for the protection of that your small body, this body only. Generally, in general, whatever you are doing means we are thinking for the future. If I do this, if I do that, then this will happen, or past thing. So, and maximum you are thinking for your body only. To go to the totality, to go to the total intellect, you have to think the welfare, sarva bhuto hiterata. You have to make your intellect in that manner so that always automatically the thoughts will come for the welfare of the all beings. Not only the human being, for the welfare of the all beings. First step. And second step is try to be in the present only. Don't think for the past and the future. Whatever things are coming, accept it. Whatever things, don't try to solve that. Titiksha yesterday also came, Kutisam just telling. So Titiksha, so whatever things are coming to you, just accept that thing. Make your mind, make your intellect acceptance. Whatever is coming, let it be. It has come, it will go. Ago mapa inanitta tang titiksha bharata. Then what will happen? Your body will gradually, your intellect will not involve with for a personal body or a particular thing. It will because it is a general tendency to think something. Then what will think? Will think for the gross, for the totality, total development of the human being. Not only human being, total development of all the beings. Then your buddhi will be one with the total. Like this, try to be in the intellectual seat, and by thinking about the totality, by thinking about for the welfare of all the beings in this way, and all the beings, that's why, so we need Shraddha on the scripture, and what I have to perform, you must have that confirmation, and then I have to do it. This is not going to solve your problem, you have to do it, and while doing that idea, you have to remove that I am not doing for the me, I am doing for the total development of the creation. This thing has done in the small life Bhagavan Shankaracharya Sri, what he has not did, the national integrity, total brotherhood and the worldly brotherhood by Swami Vivekananda and our Bhagavan Shankaracharya from the beginning itself, they have implemented in their own life. So Vijnanamaya Kosha, from here our main sadhana is starting, whether you can develop your intellect for the total development of the whole creation with the help of the scripture. Not only simply by your own, whatever I like to do it, I am doing that thing. That even though it will appear to me, I am doing for the all the being, but there one ego is there, small ego is there. If the work is according to my choice, but if the work is according to the choice of the Veda, then your ego is gone. Then your ego is gone. Then that is the function of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is the function of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay? Mahapucham Pratishtha is very important. That means Samashti, Vyashti Buddhi is ashrite, is dependent on the Samashti Buddhi. So you have to, while doing sadhana, you have to go your mental level to the Samashti stage, the total stage. So how to that, I gave you 2-3 instance only how we are doing, means think for the totality. Or don't think, try to be as much you can be in the present. Don't think for the future, don't think for the past. As much you will think for the future, you can observe your mind. That future thing is coming to you with the help of this gross body only, taking the sort of the gross body only. So try to be in the present and make your mind acceptance. Whatever is coming, okay, let it come, it will go. In this way, if you can means that intellectual capacity should come. Then what will happen? Automatically, the happiness will be therein. Because you don't have any anxiety. You have full faith in the God. And whatever things are coming, you have got the capacity. Okay, let me accept that thing. No need of any remedy. It has come, it will automatically go. So you will be happy. Then that's why coming Anandamaya Kosha. Then you will be in the Anandamaya Kosha. So next is coming that Brahmananda Bali Panchamanavakam. Vijnanam yagam tanute karmani tanute picha Vijnanam deva sarve brahma jeshtam upasate. Vijnanam brahma ched veda tasma chirna pramadati. Sharire papmano hitta sarvan kaman samasnute. Let me finish it here first. I'll read the second part, because this is the explanation, or this is the result of if you can stay for if you can be in that your Vijnanamaya course, what will happen? Vijnanam yagyam tanute. Your all work will transfer to in the form of worship. Yagya. By knowing the thing, when you are surrendering or you are, that's why Bhagavan in 7th chapter is telling Bhagavad Gita, Buddhir buddhimatam-asmi. Buddhir buddhimatam-asmi. So, whatever, when your intellect is functioning, if you can think, oh, it is nothing but God is appearing here. He gave me this much pure intellect so that I can think for the total welfare of the human being. That happiness will automatically come. That then your each and every work will transfer into work, will convert to the worship. Vijnanam yagyam tanute. Vijnanam yagyam tanute. Karmani tanuto picha. Then you will be able to perform the work also, the normal work also for your life. Vijnanam deva sarve brahma jeshtam upasate. Sarve deva Vijnanam brahma jeshtam upasate. All the deities, they are worshipping Hiranyagarbha, because all the deities are the parts of the Hiranyagarbha. Kati Deva Jagyavalka 3306, Kati Deva Jagyavalka 33, Kati Deva Jagyavalka 8, Kati Deva, ultimately it is converted to one. That one is Brahma, Hiranyagarbha. So, all the devas, Vijnanam Deva Sarve, Vijnanam Brahma Sarve Deva Jeshtam Upasate, because he is the first man. So, all the deities, they are offering the oblation to the Hiranyagarbha. Now, your body is not, your intellect is not a limited intellect, it's the total intellect. And all the deities are functioning here through your sense organs, they are offering the oblation to the Hiranyagarbha, to the total intellect. So that's why they are always thinking about the total Hiranyagarbha. Brahma. Brahma means Vijnanam Brahma, qualified Brahma, no matter. Vijnanam Brahma Ched Veda. This is important thing. If you can stay for a long time in this seat of the intellectual seat, Tasma Chetna Pramadati, and now you lose your identification with the gross body, you lose your identification with the Pranamaya Kosha, now you lose your identification with the Manomaya Kosha. Now in which seat you are? I am in Vijnana. Intellect has become so much purified that always you are thinking for the total welfare of the creation. So Tasma Chetna Pramadati, now you are not committing mistake. But you are not committing mistake, you are not thinking about yourself only, about this body only. This is the mistake. Bhaswara has written this thing, that now you are not committing any mistake, now you are thinking for the welfare of the whole creation, for the development of all the creatures. So, Tasma Chedna Pramadati, and that will purify your mind. That will purify our intellect and the way of process of thinking. Sharire Papmano Hitta means, when in spite of being in this body, Pap means Pap and Punna both, sin, vice and the virtue, both you will be able to give up all those things. Your mind will not think that I am doing, this is sin, this is virtue. You will not be interested to do any virtue, neither any sin. Sharire, in spite of being with this body, will not identify, you are not identifying yourself with the body. So, whatever has been performed by the body previously, or whatever body will do in the future, you are not going to bothering about that thing, because you are now thinking about the total development of the whole creation. At the same time, that's for the purification of the mind and the intellect. So, Sharire Papmana Hitta, what happened? Sarvan Kaman Samasnute. And whatever he interested to means wants to get, whatever the objects, worldly objects, anything we want to get, whatever we want to get, I will be happy with that. Anything, anybody, if ask anybody why you want to do it, I will be happy with that. But you want the happiness for a small period of time, or always you want to be happy. Everybody will reply same thing, I want to be happy always. And okay, now you want a quality and quantity. If from quantity standpoint of view, you want always. From quality standpoint of view, you want ghatiya or acha, you want bad or good. From quality standpoint of view, suppose I am in the market, I liked thing, and it may be mobile, it may be anything, whatever it may be, with my effort, as much I can pay, I have paid that thing and I purchased that thing. For few minutes I am happy. But if I see my friend, he is having the same type of, but better quality, immediately my mind, I could have. Means I want happiness, the best quality of happiness, and forever. But now, analyze in your own mind, is there anything which will last long forever with you? And is there any limitation, or is there any gradation that this is the best? Now, for the timing it is best. Again next year, another new thing will come, that will be the best. But one, God, He is always the same time. There is no deviation. So if the mind is fixed with the God, then you will be always happy, and the best quality of happiness you will get. Best quality of happiness, and always you will become happy. And so this is the way. So sharire papmana hita sarvan kaman samasnute. Whatever is your desired object, you will always get that thing. You will be always happy. That is the, means that this is the eulogy for the big Jnanamaya Kosha. Tasmat chetna pramadati. That warning has given. While you are thinking about to purify your intellect, then don't identify yourself with the lower three sheets. Lower three sheets are Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha. Don't identify yourself with those three sheets. Now let you be in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now another is telling, inside this Vijnanamaya Kosha, another self is there. Now Vijnanamaya Kosha has become the body. The Vijnanamaya Kosha is the self for the Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha is the body, and Vijnanamaya Kosha is the self. Now Vijnanamaya Kosha is the body, and Anandamaya Kosha is the self. So, tasya esha eva sharira atma, tasya ja purvasya, of that Vijnanamaya Kosha, esha eva, this Anandamaya Kosha is the sharire bhava. In that body, this is the Atma. Tasmad ba etas Vijnanamayat. From that Vijnanamaya Kosha, anna antara atma Anandamaya. There is one more sheath, that is Anandamaya. And that is full of bliss. Tena esha purna. That Vijnanamaya Kosha is filled with that Anandamaya Kosha. I told you the same instant that the mold is filled with the liquid material like that. Sava esha purusha vidava. This is also taking the form of a human form. And purusha vidava. Tasya purusha vidata. His human form is according to the mold, means according to the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Annaya purusha vidava. Tasya priyameva shiraha. Priyam, what is this priya? I like something. Let us give me the example from our side only. I like to eat sweet. When we are going to the Bhandara, when I am seeing that yes, sweet is coming, because in the beginning they are distributing sweet only, so some vritti is coming in the mind, oh, it's good. So that vritti is told as priya vritti. I want a son, your wife or your, he is in the hospital, but when the son, I am going to get a son, when that type of vritti is coming in your mind, when that happiness is termed as priya. Means by seeing the desired object, and I am going to get it. This feeling, whatever the thoughts are coming in the mind, that is termed as priya vritti. Now you got it. And now it is in my plate. But I cannot start immediately, because I have to chant Panchadasha, then Brahmarpanam Brahmavi, then only. Now you have to see that much time only. That vritti, when it is going on, that is called priya vritti. That is priya, then moda vritti. Next is moda vritti. Purusha vida, so moda dakshina paksha. Now it is right side. It is powerful side. Now I will be able to enjoy that thing. So first by seeing the desired object, next by getting the desired object. That is moda vritti. Now I put that after Brahmarpanam, I put that sweet on my tongue. Then whatever the feeling will come, the thought will come in the mind, that is termed as pramoda vritti. Means when you are enjoying your desired object, that is termed as pramoda vritti. So priya, mod, pramod. And priya is the shira, and mod is the right hand side, and pramod is the left hand side. Pramad, priya, prod, pramad. So the Anandamaya Kosha is very near to your sharup. What you will have to do? Okay, let you have any desire, no problem. But when you get your desired object, just observe your mind, how your thoughts are changing. Be very vigilant to your mental thoughts. Then you can be easily, one day you will be able to understand, I am different from that. If you can, means by seeing that thing, what was my mental condition? By getting that thing, what is my mental condition? What type of thoughts are coming up? And when I am testing that thing, when I am enjoying that thing, what is my mental condition? If you can observe that thing, no, and then when immediately after few minutes, after getting the desired object, and then again the mind will try to jump to the another object which I desire. Then you stop. Ask your mind, you got your desired object. Okay, let you enjoy this thing for a few more minutes. Then you will be in the Anandamaya Kosh. Then you will be in the Anandamaya Kosh. And try to enjoy that thing as long period you can. So this is nearest of the Brahmapucham Pratishta. That is the support, main support. So Ananda Atma. From where this Ananda is coming? It's the Ananda, it is basically inside only. Through the Chidabhas, when the breath is going out and it's covering that thing, again it's coming back to the inside, and then I feel that it is my desired object and I got it, no? Then the Ananda, with the bliss which is inside, that is coming through this object. That it is an inert thing. It don't have any happiness in itself. But my mind creates happiness in that. That through that vritti, through that cognition, the thoughts, whatever it may be. So try to be in that Anandamaya Kosh as long as you can. Then also mind will be gradually, because you were wanting, because I am desiring this peace. Okay, after a long struggle, I got my desired object. Why mind again jumps to another object? Because within few minutes he knows that this is not the thing, I want something better, I want something better. But okay, you will get the best thing, but try to be in the Anandamaya Kosh. In that means try to be in the present state as long as you can. And observe your manovriti before jumping to the another desired object. Means compel him to stop. No, you got your desired object, let you be with this. A small child, no, I want this doll, I want this doll. Within few minutes you will break it and start crying, I want another one. And we, the matured mental persons, we are much more childish than the boy. Because the child, when his mother is going, okay, now I will not give, I will give afterwards. Somehow he will keep silent for a few minutes. But we, because we are matured enough, no, I must have to get that thing. Again we will start craving for that. So scripture is telling, now before means Bhagavan Shankaracharya, this somebody in Brahma Sutra it has come, in this Bhashya Bhagavan Shankaracharya is writing, this Anandamaya Kosh is not Brahma. In Brahma Sutra, 6th, first chapter, first pada, 6th Anubhak, 6th Adhikaran, that is Anandamaya Adhikaran. In that Anandamaya Adhikaran, Vrittikar Anandamaya Abhyasat. Sutrakar is writing, this Anandamaya is Brahma, because this repeated, this Anandamaya, this term is repeated there. Now Bhagavan Bhashyakar is telling here, there also, in Brahma Sutra also, in Bhagavan Bhashyakar first he told about the Vrittikar's Bhashya, and then he rectified that thing. No, it should be analyzed like this. We know that Vedabhyas Rishi and Bhagavan Shankaracharya met when he was only 16 years old, after writing the commentary of the Brahma Sutra. And Vedabhyas Rishi saying in his commentary that on these two adhikarana, one is Anandamaya Adhikaran and another is Ranghati Samparikshat, the 3rd chapter, first part, first adhikaran. Ranghati Samparikshat, when a jeep transmigrating self, what he is taking with him for the next birth. On these two adhikarana, long discourses were gone. This Anandamaya Adhikaran, seeing the sutras, sometimes it appears that might be Vedabhyas Rishi also confused whether Anandamaya is the Brahma or Ananda is Brahma. Anandamaya is Brahma or Ananda is Brahma. On this the discourse is going on for a long time. Here Bhagavan Bhashyakar is telling, Anandamaya cannot be Brahma. Anandamaya cannot be, because it has come in the flow of the Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Pranamaya. Maya is the modification. So Ananda, it's a shape. So it is the modification of the Ananda, of the bliss. But we need pure bliss, no modification. So it cannot be the Brahma. First, and next, in the end, it will be told, Etam Anandamaya Matmanam Upasankramati. means annamaya atmanam upasankramati pranamayam atman, means by the analysis, by just jnanamayam tapa, by the analysis only, when you are losing gradually your identification with the annamaya course, with pranamaya course, with manomaya course, with vijnanamaya course, and ultimately with the seat of the bliss also, when you are losing your identification, then you reach Brahma Pucham Pratishtha, the stabilizing seat. Pratishtha means that is the like the leg, it is the factor of the make it stable. So Brahma, it is the stable, means the seat, the found means substratum for all the 5 seats, or for all the 5 seats. On the Brahma only it everything, because it is all pervading entity. But since we are hankering for the bliss only, so it is the seat, main seat. One of our Swamiji make one means model of that. You put the glasses, one small glass, then one another small glass, another small and bigger glass, like this 5, one after another, and one light, one candle. If you can put inside, then you will find that it is heating up, even the 5th seat also, but light is not coming. And that consciousness is coming, but you cannot feel that thing. So like this, if now you have to, one after another, you have to remove that thing. First the last one, then the next one, then the next one, then you can reach the ultimately the light of that candle. Similarly here also, by thinking, by analysis, I cannot be the annamaya kosha, I cannot be the pranamaya kosha, I cannot be the manomaya kosha, I cannot be vijnanamaya kosha, I cannot be even anandamaya kosha. Okay, I like to be always in the bliss state, but not in the form of the object, because what will happen? By getting another object, if it is not conducive, then again I will become unhappy. So not in the form as an object, but by in the form of the self. So it has told, Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. Brahma is the stabilizing factor, it is the Pratishtha. Pratishtha means that is a substratum for every stage. Where we are convinced, doing some superimposition, 2 parts is there. One we are telling Adhishtan, another word we are using Adhar. This is a rope. This is a rope. So this is Adhar. You are seeing something, but what you are seeing, that you are not firm about that. And Adhishtan means on particular way, from particular spot where you are confusing, whether it's rope or something else, bhuchidra, danda, mala, jaldhala, sarpa, whether it's a crack in the floor, or whether it's a mala means it's a garland, or it's a stick, or it's a snake, you are not confirm about that thing. Saman knowledge, that is Adhar. And when you are lagging of the perfect knowledge, that much portion is termed as the Adhishtan. Brahma Pucham Pratishtha, here, it is termed as the Adhar. It's Adhar for everything, or for all the 5 seats, that it is the Adhar, and on that Adhar. And now, if I place something in a magnetic field, and if there is one iron piece, the magnetic field will induce that iron like a magnet. Similarly, in the electrical field also. Now, Brahma, it's the consciousness, and there Brahma is the self, Atma, though I-ness is also there. So it will induce the Vijnanamaya course, Manomaya course, Pranamaya course, and this Annamaya course as I, and as conscious. So that's why you are thinking the body is conscious. That's why you are thinking the prana itself is conscious. But prana is also not the conscious. Na pranena na apanena martyo jivati kasyana. Itarena tu jivanti jasmine tu upasitu, on which it is sustained. That is the main thing. That is, it is told in the Kathopanishad. So, but it appears to us because it is induced by the Brahma. Brahma means by the self, that I-ness and the consciousness. That I-ness and isness and the consciousness. It is induced, all the seats are induced by that Brahma. So I consider this body as I. When sometimes I pranayam, when we are doing, I did pranayam, I did this and that, like that. And then monomaya course, I am happy, I am unhappy. I understand that thing, I do that thing. With that I only, we are identifying ourselves. Now, when gradually by thinking about the pure self, okay, by the induction of the pure self, it is functioning. But this thing will be clear, you will not be confused. Vidyate hridaya granthi chiddante sarva sanshaya. that doubt will go. Because if the body is not there, you will not be able to realize that thing. The God has given this body to realize our own nature, to realize the nature only, but what He has given, that sense organs in the body, etc. But whatever we are seeing in the sense organs in the body, their properties, that property is not there. So if we cannot see and understand what qualities and what properties are there in these 5 seats, then where these are not there, that is my real nature. That is the way of realization. So here it has told, the Anandam Atma. Ananda Atma means the blissful seat, it is there, and this blissful seat is full with the Atma, means the middle portion of the body. Atma means from the middle of the Shira is the Moda. Means from where this Ananda is coming? From the middle portion of the body. When I am seeing my desired object, then one thought. When I am getting my desired object, then one thought. Means the happiness is gradually increasing. But from where this happiness is coming? It's from inside only. That's Atma. Because Atma is connecting all the body limbs. So it's Atma. And Brahma Puchya Pratishtha. Yet some Shastrartha is there, means somebody is telling this, something. So don't go for any Shastrartha. First you Atmana Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. First you reach your goal, and then you see about the scripture where the other opponent or the other schools of thoughts are telling, then you go for that. But first be firm about your own Siddhanta. What is your own principle, or what is the Vedanta Siddhanta telling? Be firm of that thing and practice that thing. When you will understand, realize that this is my real nature, then you can see that what other schools of thoughts are telling. That is the idea. So here, so gradually what will happen? Tadajata antakaranam means when your mind will gradually purify. Antakaran taposha. Tamaknena, matlab with that penance which is destroying the darkness of the ignorance. Vidyaya, Vidya means by the analysis. Brahmacharya, and we need total self-control. And third, Shraddha. This night is very important line for me. Yes, Bhagavan. Tad jada, by practicing this thing, antakaranam, your means man means manomaya kosh, vijnanmaya kosh, anandamaya. Antakaranam, tapasya tamagnena, by the penance means which is destroying our ignorance or the darkness of the ignorance. And then Vidyaya, Vidya means by analysis. Third is Brahmacharya, by total control of the self. And Shraddhaya, with great faith. When you are doing that, nirmalattam apaddate, when that antakaran becomes pure, jabat, it will not happen suddenly. Slowly, your mind will be purified. And you will understand that thing. But how? The mental peace will be there. Your happiness will gradually increase, and you will be able to stay in that happiness for a long period of the time. It is written by Bhagavan, Javat, Tabati, Bibikte, Prashanne, Antakarne. When then you are detached from all worldly things, the mind is completely in the bliss stage and peace. Ananda Vishesha Utkrishyate. The amount of the happiness is gradually increasing. And finally you will reach that stage, that is the optimum stage. It means after that there is no increasement or decreasement, that you will be in the self only. So this is how we can do. That's why it is written as example, Raso Vaisha, that Atma is full of the bliss. Raso hi eva ayam labdha anandi bhavati. Getting the bliss from this Atma only, we are becoming happy with the worldly objects. Rashi anandi bhavati. Esha hi eva anandati. This Atma only giving bliss to the others also. Because Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priya bhavati. And since I love me, that's why I love you all. Because I am getting happiness from you, because you are listening my lecture, so I am becoming happy. Because there is no purpose of a orator if there is no hearer. So that's why. So Esha Ananda, he gives the happiness. Etasya Anandasya Annani Bhutani Matramupadi. From getting the happiness from this Atma only, all the Atma is one, all the creatures is becoming happy. So observe your mind, it will gradually, step by step, you try to come up, and with the 3 things as Bhagavan Bhashyaka written, Vidyaya, Brahmacharjena, Shraddhaya. Go on continuous. Vidya means it may be Upasana, or it may be process of thinking, Manan. By Manan and Nididashan will last, it will come. By Manan, mainly Vidyaya, because it is the portion of the knowledge. So that's why I'm not telling the worship it. It is just you go on thinking it. Brahmacharya with full control, all sense organs and your body, mind and intellect. And with full control and shraddha, with a high faith that yes, this is the only path. By if I follow this thing, I will be free from this worldly bondage. Then you will be in the state of bliss absolute. Om, time is over. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnassa Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.